Alright. Congenial Gathering. Waterborne poetry. I'm gonna look for Xiao. Oh, there's Hutao and Venti.
Looks like you're having fun. What's the occasion this time?
Oh, do I spy a traveler and a Paimon? We were just talking about you. This is more serendipitous than finding Mora after face planting on the road.
No, I would say that's definitely more serendipitous. I love finding money when I face plant on the road. Hello, you two.
It's been too long. I'll bet you have some thrilling new tales from your journey to fill me in on. I can see it in your eyes.
As ever, never a dull moment on this Teyvat trip.
Excellent! I knew I could count on you.
What were you talking about before we got here? Something fun? Or something delicious?
Oh, I hope it's something delicious, Paimon.
We were talking about one certain traveler, and how two's company, but three's a crowd, as the inseparable duo tore around Teyvat, making 4 friends here and 5 more there, often at 6s and 7s as they brave the lakes and seas, collecting pieces of 8 and countless other treasures. They clearly must have 9 lives. Wink, wink. Let's hope they have less than 10 deaths.
That was a word salad you gave me right there. I noticed the poetry in it. It's kind of hard to ignore when it's numeric.
What the? It just gets worse and worse.
Shortly, you may attend a grand banquet at Stone Gate. All will be dressed to the nines for majestic food and fine wines. And after 8 long drinks and 7 shorts, they'll each write 6 lines 5 times. You've been to all 4 corners of the world, so in 3 short seconds, can you guess from these 2 stanzas of 1 speech each what this event is about?
A counting festival. A poetry festival.
Correct! It's a poetry gala, and Mondstadt and Liyue are hosting it together. Do you still remember the promise I made to the distinguished director Hu here during the Lantern Rite?
Right, you did make that promise. God, I forgot about that. Because it was like 8-10 months ago.
Oh, something about writing poetry together?
That's right. At the dinner table that night, I just knew this young bard was a rare talent with exceptional taste. You know, it's rare to encounter such a kindred spirit.
I'm kind of annoyed that these limited time events literally have a story tie-in that's going separate into the background. It's like a firm reminder that this game has been like 4 years of actual in-game time has passed, but no one has aged.
And now, I've finally seized the chance to collaborate. It took me much trekking across the land to petition Yujing Terrace and contact the Knights of Favonius, but eventually...
You know, when they eventually have an additional outfit for every character in the game by the time the game is over, maybe they could just redo the models to make everyone look older.
In the spirit of friendship and poetry sharing, I managed to successfully organize the Neighboring Nations Congenial Poetry Gala.
Bit of a weird name.
Liyue's poetry is known far and wide, and Mondstadt is the city of wine and song. With 2 nations teaming up, it'll be double the fun, and a great chance for people from both places to get to know one another.
Yeah, but it could use a more poetic name.
Hutao and I will be the co-hosts for this poetry gala. Of course, I haven't studied the various forms and formalities of Liyue poetry for very long, so please forgive my dreadful performance just now.
I thought it was pretty okay.
Not at all, Venti. You followed my lead most excellently.
You flatter me.
Well, this sounds like fun. Let's get involved.
Forsooth, I won't dabble in verse.
Oh, Paimon, sure you'll be amazing. Remember that time in Liyue when Paimon gave you the first half of a couplet? Wind rises, winds never churn. You came up with the second half right away.
But the sea of clouds always return.
Oh, Looks like someone's got a knack for this. Perhaps we'll have to raise the difficulty a little.
Alright, so basically you guys are here to discuss the activities for the poetry gala, right?
Oh, looks like little Paimon's brain has gained a wrinkle or two. You guessed it so effortlessly, but you still guessed it wrong.
Huh? Wait, Paimon guessed wrong?
We came here hoping to invite a special guest.
Well, you are hanging out at Xiao's fucking I'ma eat tofu spot.
I already told you. I'm not going.
Ah, there he is. Monsieur Depressing himself.
Xiao, you're here too!
He's always here. Which reminds me, my game bugged out doing that Pervasive side quest, and I need to do it again because it didn't save.
Never having penned a verse myself, how could I hope to judge the poetry of others? Besides, afflicted with karma as I am, the raucous atmosphere you are cultivating is precisely the kind which I must avoid, as you well know.
Hey now, there's a first time for everything, right? We all start from itsy bitsy spider, but give it a shot and you'll be wandering lonely as a cloud in no time.
No.
And you don't even have to join us in person if you really don't want to. You can just watch the party from a nearby mountaintop and cheer us on.
Then why is he even a guest at that point? He's just a stalker.
But at least head down and take a look first. It's right by the inn, and there's plenty of fun activities to get involved with.
Can I
It
glide
can't
the
hurt to
stone
take
gate
a
from
quick
here?
walk and check things out.
Besides, with the renowned traveler here, what is there to fear?
Join us, it'll be fun.
I'll consider it.
Cool. Is Mooncarver coming too?
It's nearly time. Why don't you all head to the venue and take a look around? Quite a few of your friends should have arrived by now.
Is there a reason why, like, is 2023 just the year of Xiao? Because Xiao and Hu Tao have been in, like, almost every event, it feels like.
Yes, that's right. Venti and I still need to discuss the poem for the opening ceremony. So, we'll catch up with you later. Plus, our Adeptus friend might need a bit more convincing. We'll see if we can coax him down.
Honestly, I'm surprised they didn't show up in the summer event with Klee.
Gotcha! We'll be on our way then!
Oh god, nightmare fuel. Oh god, nightmare fuel. I don't look forward to seeing an event where Klee and Hu Tao work together on a project. Oh god, that terrifies me. Ugh. It's like the temperature just dropped 10 degrees in my room. And then suddenly spiked up 20 degrees.
How about that for an opening?
Yes, I like it. But if we could give it a bit more oomph, it would be even better. I think we should lead with a bang, dip into a slippity slide, then whoosh into a whoop whoop boom!
We're talking about poetry, right?
Got it?
Got it. Completely understood.
I'm glad you did. Because I didn't. Stone Gate. Can you imagine if people hosted huge gatherings of countries on the border of said countries? Never would happen in real life, but it would be cool if it did. Why do we care about borders so much?
Wow, it's so lively! Didn't think there'd be so many people here already. And a lot of them are familiar faces. Let's go say hi.
Nailed it. Anywho. These two.
Well, look who's here. This poetry fest seems to have attracted talent of the highest caliber.
Hey, Xingqiu and Changyun are here too.
I was actually heading into the mountains to train, but he accosted me on the way and dragged me here.
What is the relationship between you two?
Oh, how your words wound me. Is it not the responsibility of an exorcist of Liyue to ensure that this celebration of friendship between our two nations stays free of evil spirits? Besides, this is an excellent opportunity to meet heroes who have come from far and wide. Surely, you must be curious as to how that heroine of Mondstadt was able to lift such heavy objects like they were but a feather.
Noelle's here. I love Noelle. I hope we get to see more of her in events in the future. I also hope they make her a knight by the time Genshin ends, because I'm going to be annoyed if they don't.
Are you talking about Noelle? Yeah, she's super strong.
Oh? Well, since you are so well acquainted, could we trouble you to introduce us later?
Okay, fine. But don't forget to help me with my investigation like you promised. That's the only reason I agreed to come at all.
Huh? What investigation?
Ooh, that's going to be the B-plot.
Naturally, I could never forget such a thing. My word is my bond. Relax, dear Paimon. All will be revealed in time.
Oh, here come the cops.
Okay.
I don't know if my mic can pick that up, though.
Are you sure that wasn't really an evil spirit?
Open your mind to all possibilities, and I'm sure you will find the answer.
I suppose that's true. Hey, wait a second. You're not planning on telling everyone here, are you?
Oh, yeah, I see Noelle and... Is that Mika over there? Oh, and she's here. It's nice to have a chance to write poetry with friends from Mondstadt. It's simply standing at the venue gets boring, so I brought some fruits and vegetables from my hometown to sell. If you're looking to talk about poetry, I'm all ears. Do I recognize anyone else? Legend of the Shattered Halberd. Young folks these days always brimming with new ideas. Pretty gala. Thinking back on my youth, I certainly had stories I could do. Probably yada yada yada. Oh, it's the toy maker. She's here. Even Stonegate's bustling now. What a sight. Why not take a rest? Oh, Diona's here. I didn't even notice you.
Diona!
Traveler in Paimon? I didn't expect to see you here.
Every time I see you, it just reminds me of how much I have not been playing the TCG.
Are you here to mix drinks?
That's right. I was specially asked to attend this event on behalf of the Cat's Tail, and I'm also here as a mixologist representing the Mondstadt wine industry.
Really?
You're representing Mondstadt's wine industry?
Of course I hate it, but it's also a perfect chance to destroy the reputation of Mondstadt's wine business once and for all. Opportunities like this don't come around every day, you know.
Huh? How do you figure that?
And how did you end up in that position?
All I need to do is add some gross ingredients to the drinks, and I can create the most disgusting concoctions imaginable. Nobody will ever buy wine from Mondstadt again.
Paimon thinks you'll end up getting the opposite result.
Just you wait. I ain't about to mess this up.
Don't overwork yourself.
Are you gonna write some poetry with us too?
Poetry? I've heard plenty of bards sing in the tavern before, but I've never tried writing any myself.
You should join in. It'll be fun.
Fine, if I have time.
Alright, no drinks. Alright, let's check out what these two are talking about.
Mika! Noelle!
I'm amazed Noelle has any amount of free time to be here.
Oh, it's the Traveler in Paimon.
Are you here for the neighboring nation's Congenial Poetry Gala as well?
You said that with a straight face? Is Paimon the only one who thinks it sounds weird?
Are you here as Mondstadt representatives?
Representatives? No. Nothing fancy like that.
I wonder if people are going to realize that there are poems written about Noelle that actually circulate in Liyue.
We were sent here by the Knights of Favonius to help maintain order and set up the venue. But I didn't really do anything useful so far. Noelle brought all these tables and chairs here from Mondstadt by herself. She's a true knight.
Oh, no, that's just not true. Your efforts were indispensable. You selected the venue, drew up the layout, and so on. Also, you're the true knight here. I'm still in training. If anything, I should be addressing you as Sir.
What? No. Please don't. Just keep calling me Mika.
I don't think we've seen any interactions between these two, now that I think about it. Very interesting personalities that play off each other really well.
Why does it feel like these two could keep this up all day?
Anyway, Master Jane did say that as long as we keep on top of our work, we should take a look around while we're here and get involved in the poetry gala as much as we can.
Why do I get the feeling Jean just sent you here so you would actually work less?
But I haven't written much poetry before, so I'm not sure if I'll fit in.
I actually have the same concern.
The important is just to participate. First time for everything.
Yeah, plus, you won't be alone. We're joining too. The Traveler's a really good writer, you know.
I don't know about that.
Really? In that case, we'll try our best too.
For me, that evidence remains to be seen.
Perhaps. The challenge of writing poetry is a rite of passage that all who wish to qualify as a knight must eventually face.
No, it is not.
Paimon wouldn't go that far.
Thank you, Paimon.
But anyway, no backing out now. See you soon.
Sure. Maybe you can teach me a thing or two.
Oh, Mika beat me to it. I was gonna ask for help too.
I'll teach you both.
What do you think the key to a good poem is, Mika? Do you have any idea?
Huh? I'm not too sure either. If I'd known we'd be doing this sooner, I would have asked Miss Lisa to recommend some books on the topic.
Oh, that would have been a really good idea. And why is Lisa not here? Probably because she was in the Sumeru events? Alright. Take part in the opening event. Where and when is that, though? It was not marked, so I had to just wander around, I guess.
Poems and melodies wandering the wind, wafting to pastures beyond their home.
Hey, it's from the trailer.
Two greedy fishies struggling to swim. They ate so much that they're starting to groan.
Animal crystal fly draped in gold robes, a bright little light from that glaze lantern glows.
Finches pinch the rice and scoot while the boars of the forest anxiously root.
Welcome one and all to this festival of poetry, jointly organized by Liyue and Mondstadt.
Or, in full, the neighboring nation's Congenial Poetry Gala. We're your hosts, Liyue's verse-monger of the darkest alleys, Xiao.
And Mondstadt's liquor-loving lyricist, Venti the Bard.
That is a very apt title you have there.
The purpose of this event is to promote friendly poetic exchanges between our two nations. So please, have fun, talk to other people, and make some new friends.
If you're here, you're our guest, so please enjoy this Poetry Fest.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of rhyming in this episode, isn't there?
I'd also like to reassure everyone that this event welcomes people of all skill levels, from first-time rhymers to seasoned songwriters. If you ask me, the most important thing you can bring to writing poetry is authenticity. That means reaching deep down to all of the thoughts and feelings you usually hide away or struggle to express, and putting them into words. Just right from the heart in whatever form you like.
To help everyone really cut loose and enjoy themselves to the fullest, Venti and I have carefully prepared 3 themes to be revealed over the course of 3 days.
3 days?
Let's get right to it. The first theme is Riddle Me This.
You know what? On the topic of Riddle Me This, I don't know how many people follow DC Comics, but there's actually a story that's being told from the perspective of the Riddler right now, and it's being done in audio format only, and it's very interesting. And Hassan Minaj is the person that's going to be playing the Riddler. I've seen some of the performance. If you are on my Discord, I've posted a few videos about it and a few synopses. Love Hassan Minaj. I love the Riddler. My favorite DC character.
Solving riddles, huh? Interesting. It's actually a pretty good choice for a warm-up activity.
Whew. I'm glad they're not making us write sonnets or something right at the start.
Does everyone see the lanterns hanging around the venue? These have been specially prepared for the riddle game. Simply write down your riddle and hang it on a lantern. Then Venti and I will select a few to pose to the crowd, and you will try to solve them. We'll now give you some time to write down and hang up your riddles. Feel free to walk around and talk with the other contestants to get the creative juices flowing. And remember, whoever guesses the most riddles correctly will get a prize.
And with that, the neighboring nation's Congenial Poetry Gala has officially begun.
I wonder if we're going to get to use that weird investigate mechanic that we brought up in Sumru, where we can, like, think and connect dialogue options. Or if it's just going to be a simple dialogue tree. Oh, it's over here. Actually, this might be a good opportunity to hear some dialogue.
We couldn't cajole Adeptus Xiao in the end. He said he'd take a peek from the peaks, but that was all he'd agreed to. It's a real shame. I had the perfect poem for his entrance and everything.
That was a good little opening ceremony, wasn't it? Even if I do say so myself.
Didn't have a lot of flair, but it was really nice. Did everything it needed to do. An apple. Where'd everybody else go? Did they literally not be around? Okay, I guess that's the only dialogue is from those two. Alright, riddle number 1.
Oh, let's see what's on this lantern.
Oh, Noelle's here.
A tender sigh for home, how far the flowers roam. A visitor asks me why, for a dream beyond the sky. Okay, someone from Liyue definitely wrote this one.
I just read that one too. Liyue's poems seem pretty difficult to grasp.
Dreams? Sky? Is it talking about some kind of bird?
Maybe, or a cloud.
So it means something like, this thing's really far from home. It's in a vast area, and it's flying really high. Is that it?
Very clear and concise.
Oh, you're amazing, Paimon! Oh, it looks like I still have a lot of learning to do.
Oh, it's nothing really. Once you've spent enough time in Liyue, you just sort of pick up on these things.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean. Back when I was out with the Grandmaster on the expedition, I started picking up some local customs without even realizing it.
We need to sit you down and talk about the Grandmaster more often, because Varka is a bit of an enigma to me, and I'm surprised he's not in the game yet. But hey, we're going to Natlan next, so maybe we'll get to meet him then.
But back to the riddle. We still haven't actually solved it. What could it be talking about?
Something that flies high and far. Oh, that makes me think of dandelions.
It does. That's a very good guess.
Oh, that makes sense. And Mondstadters believe that dandelions can carry your feelings on the wind.
But maybe we're missing something? It can't be that easy. After all, it's a riddle from Liyue. What would their equivalent of the dandelion be? If there even is one. What do you think, Traveler?
think dandelion is the right answer.
Great! Then we'll have one answer ready to go when the game begins.
Important thing is that it's authentic.
Right, just like Venti said. As long as the interpretation makes sense and reflects our perception of the poem, then perhaps there are no wrong answers.
Well, I mean, there are wrong answers. It's just there is more than one correct answer.
Well, no matter what the
Which
real
is very
answer
common
is,
with riddles.
the guessing's all a part of the fun.
Which is why when the Riddler says, riddle me this, he says he will have to get his answer. But, yeah, many riddles have more than one answer.
Let's go look at the next one.
Oh yes, I want to see if there's any Mondstadt-style riddles.
Riddle number 2.
This one says... Oh, this handwriting is just awful. I have 4 corners like a square pancake, but I'm stuffed and seasoned and carefully baked. I pass through the lips 1 piece at a time. The more you consume, the broader your mind.
Sounds like a book to me. Pass through the lips 1 piece at a time. The more you consume, the broader your mind. Could be like a story or a piece of paper.
Oh, wow, Paimon's drooling from that one. Is there really a food that can make you smarter? Paimon's gotta try that.
Oh, Paimon. You have to look past the surface level meaning with riddles, or you'll fail to plumb their depths.
Huh? So have you got any ideas, Shinjo?
Singchu's walking up. It's definitely a book is the answer, right?
Well,
Xingqiu just hung that riddle up a moment ago.
Why is the handwriting so bad?
Oh, so this is Shincho's riddle! You know, Paimon was expecting you to write something a little more... elegant.
this festival is about building friendship and mutual understanding. With so many friends from Mondstadt present, I thought I'd try writing something more accessible and less flowery, so that more people could enjoy it.
I mean, I like it.
Hey, not bad! So, buddy, does that mean you can tell your old pal Paimon the answer on the sly, or...
I'm more confident in my answer that it's a book.
Not a chance. You'll have to wait for the answer to be revealed, just like everyone else.
Ha! Meanie!
That's not mean, Paimon.
If that's how you feel, why don't you try and stump me with a riddle of your own?
Maybe Paimon will! We'll see who stumps who!
I am very confident Paimon could come up with a riddle that I couldn't solve.
Traveler, you'll help Paimon come up with a riddle, right?
Gladly.
Ha! At least you're nice to Paimon.
Always, Paimon.
Then I look forward to seeing the fruits of your literary labors.
Ha! Prepare to get stumped!
I think I have some Riddler riddles on me. Hang on, let me check. I usually keep them on index cards in my disc. Oh, here's one. Kings and queens will cling to power. The jester has his call. But as you may discover, the common one outranks them all. I think I wrote that one, like, long time ago. I don't know when I wrote this. It's probably a Riddler riddle. But the answer is written on the back of my index card. And the answer is... an ace. Kings and queens will cling to power. The jester has his call. But as you may discover, the common one outranks them all. It's about a deck of cards. So, kings and queens are the face cards that have the highest value. A jester is often a wild card. The common one, i.e. the ace, which is also a 1, tends to outrank even the face cards. All the blackjack players will get that one. Riddle number 3.
Even though Paimon said she'd write a riddle, Paimon really doesn't have any clue how. Let's start by reading a few more of other people's for inspiration.
Oh, is the riddle that stumps everyone in the trailer going to be the one that we write?
On 4 long legs, my slim body sits. I eat not a bite and drink not a sip. With a passionless face, I greet countless guests, whom I carry all day without needing to rest.
I think of like a table and a chair is the first thing that came to mind.
Is this talking about some kind of animal?
Animals need to eat. The answer must be some other kind of object.
It's a chair.
I knew it! Thank you, Diona.
Huh? Diona, how did you guess it so quickly? Wait, were you the one who wrote it? No, of course I didn't write it. The answer just popped into my head. I'm always telling the cats in the tavern that the chairs get tired from working all the time, so they shouldn't use them to sharpen their claws. Oh, okay. So a riddle needs to have a bait and switch.
It doesn't need to. It can be pretty straightforward. It just has to have a deeper meaning that through which an answer can be gleaned.
Are you trying to write one? Yep, and thanks to you, Paimon's just thought of one. Maybe I should try to come up with one too. Alright, Paimon's riddle is now hanging up. Diona, do you want to know the answer? Nah, no need. I don't really care about winning a prize. Oh, okay then. Well, looks like it's time to carry on with the event. We should regroup with the others. Sure, have fun.
I'm not even really sure why Diona's here. Alright, main event time.
Hey, looks like everyone's about done mingling and riddling. Gather round and look this way. Venti and I have selected several riddles from everyone's contributions, and we added a few of our own to the mix for good measure. Shortly, we'll randomly select a few to read aloud. If your riddle gets selected, remember that you have to announce the correct answer at the end. Anyone who guesses correctly gets 1 point, and if nobody guesses correctly, the writer of the riddle gets a point. Sounds fair to me.
I would have given more points to someone if the riddle stumps, but eh.
Of course, when the riddler reveals the right response, it only counts if everyone agrees that it's not too far-fetched.
That's right. Now, if there are no more
That's a weird
questions,
stipulation
it's
to add,
time to
Venti.
reveal the first riddle.
Hopefully they'll draw at least some that I can get. Oh no, does only the first person to solve it get the points? Ugh. That means I have to be first to raise my hand.
Please choose Paimon's riddle. Please choose Paimon's riddle.
Riddle number 1. Let me see here. Ugh. This riddle is, unique, especially the handwriting.
Oh no, it's the pancake riddle, right?
I have four corners, like a square pancake, but I'm stuffed and seasoned and carefully baked.
Bot?
Baked. I pass through the lips, 1 piece at a time. The more you
Consume,
the broader your mind.
They drew Shinchos.
Better answer as quickly as you can. You don't want someone else beating you to it.
You brat. It's pizza. The answer is pizza.
It most certainly is not. The answer is book.
Even without the author coming forward, I can confidently declare this answer wrong. I mean, how does eating pizza broaden your mind?
That's what makes you think it's wrong? I was going off the square thing. I guess you can get a square pizza, true, but it's not very common. I do know a few places that do it, though.
And while I'm no covered in exotic dishes, if I'm not mistaken. Pizza is round, is it not? Like mora meat?
But eating pizza makes you happy, and being happy makes it easier to face problems that need solving. So... Okay, Paimon admits she may have jumped the gun on this one.
Maybe it's some other kind of food.
It's not a food. It's a book.
It's never that simple, and it needs to be something that makes people more intelligent.
If Paimon had known it was gonna be this tough, she'd have read more books in her time.
Paimon.
What is it? Have you got it?
Books.
Huh?
They're square, they've got lots of big words baked into them. Every word that passes through your lips, you read aloud, makes you smarter.
Oh, gotcha! Bucks! The answer is bucks!
Sparkly!
That was quicker than I expected. I was quite proud of that one.
Oh, it appears the riddle writer has announced the answer. Okay, 1 point to Paimon.
God, I don't feel very smart for solving that so many minutes ago.
Huh? So the answer was books? Oh, how did I not get that? Come on, Mika. Concentrate.
We have the weird mind-reading powers again. And also, Mika, really, you, of all people, probably should have got that one.
We're awesome at this!
Ahem.
Oh, what Paimon meant to say was that you're awesome at this. Thanks for the point, Traveler.
On to riddle number 2.
I gotta get in there first this time.
Oh, come on, Mika.
High above the wispy clouds, amidst the gloomy snow-filled shroud, standing alone on an icy stage, beneath it every lowly sage. Looks like a poem from Liyue.
This was the one where Noelle thinks the answer was dandelion, right? High above the wispy clouds, amidst the gloomy snow-filled shroud, standing alone on the icy stage, beneath it every lowly sage. Yeah, this is the one I'm not really sure. Dandelion seems like a good guess, but it could be other things.
Oh, it's...
I got it!
Sorry, you two.
Looks like those two have some ideas. Could it be some kind of plant that lives in cold, high places?
Mika, please go ahead. As a full Knight of Favonius, you represent all of us from Mondstadt here.
Oh, this is like fucking Kale and fucking Sucrose meeting again, all over again.
No, how could I? It was you who thought of it first. You should be the one to guess.
Just have the two awkward people who communicate with each other. It's always fun.
Well, my answer isn't necessarily correct. Besides, it's first come, first served, and you beat me to it.
No, I didn't. You were just before me.
How gracious and considerate our fellow competitors are towards each other. A wonderful sight to see. How about both of you say your answer at the same time? If you're both right, you'll each get a point.
I'm not surprised that we haven't doing this like through ballot style, where everyone can submit on a piece of slip of paper.
Oops, I didn't realize we'd made such a scene.
Yes, you did.
Oh, crud. I guess we dragged that out a bit. So, Noelle, what do you say?
Yes, let's. Our answer is...
Cecilia.
Ah. So yeah, it was a more specific flower answer.
Oh, that certainly sounds like a good candidate for the correct answer. A flower that blooms on the highest peaks and known for its exquisite beauty. The Cecilia is held by many Mondstadters to be the true windbloom.
I guess it could be like violet grass or the Quichen, the flower that starts with a Q. I can't remember the name of it.
Although, since the writer hasn't yet come forward to announce the answer, this probably wasn't the answer they were looking for. Sorry. Any other answers?
Oh, I can't believe I was wrong. Maybe it's a plant from Liyue.
Is the answer Genshin?
That's the one.
The poem does evoke a strong sense of quiet, proud solitude in a high place.
Correct. I wrote this one. Genshin is the right answer.
I recognize you from somewhere.
No! Shinjo got it before Paimon could.
However, after listening to the host's description,
I do remember reading about Cecilia flowers in a book once. They definitely fit the description of a pure flower standing proudly and alone on high.
Are you an Oceanid?
So, I'd like to approve the answer from our 2 friends from Mondstadt as well.
Really? Oh, thank you so much.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Well, since even the Riddler themselves agrees, all 3 contestants earn a point each.
Neat.
Darn it! Shinjo's got up to Paimon already!
We're only just getting started. It's just 1 measly point.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Moving now to our 3rd riddle. Huh? Why is the handwriting so floaty?
Oh, this must be Paimon's.
What's got no wings but flies in the air, never gets tired of floating up there. So full of mora it comes out the nose, but in the sea, glug glug glug, down it goes.
Oh, I know the answer to this one. It's the Jade Chamber.
That's Paimon's. They picked Paimon's riddle. Yay!
Yay! I like this one. It's got to be the Jade Chamber, right?
What is it? Why isn't anyone guessing? Is Paimon's riddle too hard?
That's not quite it. More like, it's so ludicrously simple that we just cannot believe it.
What? No way! Well, go on then. Tell us the answer if you're so sure.
Until the riddle said full of mora, I thought it was going to be balloon. But, that made me, and then into the ocean. That last stanza basically confirms it to me. It's the Jade Chamber.
The answer is Paimon.
What?
It's Paimon.
I was
Paimon?
actually gonna say Paimon too.
Me too.
No! You're all completely wrong! How the heck did you all think the answer was Paimon?
The first stanza could be Paimon, or even balloon. But that second stanza narrows it down to exactly one thing. And come on, Ether! You're smarter than this!
Paimon, do you have wings behind your back?
No.
No.
You're always floating, but you never seem to get tired of it.
And Paimon has a very healthy appetite, which must cost the traveler a lot of mora and meal expenses.
It also, Paimon does carry our mora around, but it doesn't sink in the ocean. Wait, Paimon does sink in the ocean.
I've heard from the senior knights that the traveler rescued Paimon by fishing her out of the sea. So, that means Paimon can't swim. So if she fell in the sea, then...
Glug, glug, glug. Wait. Now Paimon's doubting herself. What was the answer again?
Think for a moment.
No! You're all wrong. The answer to Paimon's riddle is obviously the Jade Chamber. You know, the Jade Chamber that's always flying up there in the sky?
Is that so? I still maintain that the riddle actually describes Paimon more accurately.
Come on, I got it immediately. You all can't be this dumb.
In fact, if we just added 2 more lines to the poem, it would be the perfect riddle.
What 2 lines? If you need to add lines, it's not a good answer.
Huh? What do you want to add?
The traveler's companion and talkative guide, a praiseworthy presence always by their side.
Well, that makes it too obvious if the answer was Paimon.
Aw, do you mean it? Can we really add that part?
I mean, I like the Jade Chamber riddle, though. Whatever.
You think so cute?
I'll be nice to Paimon always.
Okay, then Paimon would like to announce that the correct answer to the riddle is the widely adored Paimon!
Yay! However, I still think Jade Chamber. Give me a point. That makes me tied with everybody, right? No, wait, I have 2 points. I got books. I got books before anyone else. I wasn't going to get the flower one. Was never going to get the flower one. But I got the Jade Chamber. 2 points for me.
Great! And with that, the widely adored Paimon has gifted a point each to everyone who answered just now.
More riddles and giggles that fill the air as time flies by.
Guessing riddles is a lot of fun. And even though Paimon didn't manage to beat Shinjo, Paimon still feels like she got a little smarter.
I think your riddle was clever.
Oh, didn't Changyu mention he was was investigating something before? Let's go ask him about it.
And how many people know about the fishing incident?
Hey, you two!
Oh? Hi, Paimon. You know, for a moment there, I was worried I might lose to you.
Oh, are you collecting your prize right now?
I am indeed. Though, if you really want it, I'd be more than happy to give it to you.
Smug face.
Seriously? Wow, what is it?
A most generous donation by yours truly.
Oh no.
As director of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. Namely, a buy one, get one free coupon for our high-end customized service package. It's a pleasant surprise to learn you're so interested in it, Paimon.
I'm game. Funerals are expensive. I'll take a coupon.
Nope, nuh-uh, no thank you, hard pass, you can keep it.
Are you sure? In that case, I'll gladly take it.
Here you are. Now remember, this package comes with our anytime, anywhere, on-demand collection service. Just give us a call and we'll be right there. With any luck, we'll still show up even if you're unable to call.
This entire event was a scam, wasn't it? Just so that Hu Tao could pawn off her coupons.
So, to what do we owe the honor, Paimon?
What do you mean we? Changyun's the one Paimon's looking for, not you. Wasn't he saying something about needing help?
Oh, yeah. That.
How about I put it in riddle form?
Oh no.
Huh? Isn't the competition over?
'Twas like a demon not demonic, or devil devoid of the diabolic. Afar it floated free above the ground, but when approached, though sought, naught could be found.
Oh, you're talking about Xiao at the top of the mountain? Because he's kind of watching from afar, floating.
Sounds to me like you encountered a ghastly little ghostie in the wild.
Perhaps I should just explain it. Basically, while I was training this morning, I suddenly caught sight of a non-human entity. It was floating in the air without any kind of external aid, and its body was almost transparent. At first I thought I'd finally encountered a demon that wasn't repelled by my pure yang spirit, and immediately prepared to exorcise it. But none of my methods had any effect on it, and when I went to try and get a closer look at it and try to ascertain what I was dealing with, it disappeared into thin air.
You don't say.
You're sure it's not a ghost or spirit of some kind?
Quite sure. I could sense that it had a physical body, and if it were a spirit, I'm sure it would have been scared away long before I saw it. It's all my fault. I got overexcited, and in my haste, I didn't ascertain its true nature before taking action. Thinking back on it, if it wasn't an evil spirit, maybe I offended some kind of adeptus, or illuminated beast.
It's probably Xiao.
You shouldn't blame yourself. It was something you'd never seen before. Anyone else would have reacted the same way.
Or it's going to be some event-specific and niche thing that's going to give us a cutscene later.
Besides, we're making up for it now by doing our best to find out the truth.
Any thoughts, Venti? Have you managed to untangle Chongyun's twisted tail?
Oh, it also could just have been Venti.
Why don't you take a guess first, Hu Tao?
Oh, that means you have.
I can't be absolutely certain, but I'm reasonably sure it's not what Liyue would call an evil spirit or demon. So whatever it is, it's not dangerous. How about this? We can incorporate a search element into tomorrow's poetry activity.
Okay.
Oh, does that mean we get to play outside while we write poetry?
Close, but no. Good ideas could just pop into your head out of thin air, but if you ask me, everyone should relax tonight and get a good rest before tomorrow.
You say that, but your gaze keeps drifting over towards the wine stand.
Uh-huh. Maybe the Dark Knight hero is floating around. Oh. Stuff's happening. Stuff's happening. So we have games now. Tingji busy near Wangshu Inn. Inspiration Eruption. Buoys from Mondstadt seem to be thinking about something. Mending Painting Prospects. I'm probably going to do any games and rewards later on, but I'll at least see what they are. Alright, Congenial Gathering, Tears Among the Leaves. What do we get from this? Ballad of the Boundless Blue? Is it a cryo catalyst? Interesting. Within 6 seconds after a normal charge attack, hit an opponent with a normal attack damage will be increased by 8%. Charge attack damage increased 3%, 6%, 3 stacks. That's pretty good. Only need 200 thingies for it? We'll probably get that off stream. Tears Among the Leaves. Oh, I don't want to miss any dialogue, so we'll talk to Venti.
Seeing my friends having such a lively discussion, I couldn't help but join in on the fun. Of course, I promised Hu Tao I'd behave and do my job as a good host. But I really am parched from speaking so much. Ugh, it would be negligent not to wet my whistle.
You know there's like salt in alcohol, like drinks, right?
And you know what the best part is? Wine is to the poet's tongue as ink to his pen. So, 2 birds with 1 stone.
I'm amazed you haven't killed your voice yet with all that wine you drink. Huh. Wonder how long this has been here.
A reward on the road.
Alright. I want to actually check to see if Xiao is actually at the top of the mountain real quick. See if we can spot him from up here. Oh wait, this is under the mountain. So we'll go from up here. I think it's funny that they added these guys over here to Wuwang Hill. I wonder how many people have noticed them. Ashley Kai put a video out recently where that these guys might be ghosts, which makes a lot of sense. Alright, no Xiao at this mountain peak. Do I have a better team for Wanderer? Oh yeah, my travel team. Of course. This is my world exploration team.
take it and have fun.
Cool it! Dodge this! Squall and Fury! Upon the gale! Cool it! Dodge this!
Easy money.
Freeze!
I have not done as much exploration as I would like to admit.
Cool it! How fortunate.
Well, it doesn't look like Xiao's up here. If I were gonna watch from the mountaintops, I'd be watching from up here. Oh well. It's Paimon time. By which I mean Paimon. Accelerate the time. It's at 8 to 10 the next day, right?
Looks like it's about time to head over to the venue again. Paimon's
Yep. Missed it. By that much.
The wind rises.
Wow, everyone got here so early.
The sun is shining bright today. As soon as that leaf floats past Stonegate, we shall reveal today's poetry theme.
The theme of the second day of the neighboring nation's Congenial Poetry Gala is... pairing couplets!
Pairing couplets. Oh, I've heard of that. It's a Liyue art form where you have to create new lines of poetry based on fixed rules. Kind of like a fill-in-the-blanks game, but for poetry.
I just thought it meant that you put two poems to go together.
Heaven and earth, rain and wind, the endless sky and the boundless land, forest borers and ocean shrimp, lavender melons and matsutake shrooms.
What?
Based on a given line of poetry, you must create the second line to form a pair, or couplet. As long as you take inspiration from the wide world around you, you'll find it's not so difficult after all. The two lines should be neatly matched, complementing each other both semantically and rhythmically. In essence, it's just like most other forms of poetry.
Without money and time, you won't be able to spend a dime.
To buoy your imaginations and allow the winds of inspiration to fill your sails, we've added an additional component, an inspiration walk.
A nature tour.
Inspiration walk?
By inspiration walk, we simply mean wandering around in the wild, taking in the scenery and pocketing any poetic thoughts. Of course, to all our friends, old and new, please be careful while out and about. Wangsheng Funeral Parlor is already fully booked for the month ahead, and if there's any more demand, I'll be the only one with a smile on my face.
In short, please roam freely as the mood takes you. Enjoy the spectacular scenery of our two beautiful nations, and fill your imaginations with the most pleasing of poetry. We will all reconvene here tonight. Traveler, can you round up Xingqiu, Chongyun, and the Mondstadt contingent? I have a favor to ask of you.
Oh, is it that thing from yesterday?
No problem.
Thanks. I'm counting on you. So, we hope that each of you can keep an eye out for this while you're out on your inspiration walk.
Are you sure this is okay? It was just something I ran into, and now we're imposing my business on everyone else.
We want to help.
Oh, please don't say that, Mr. Chongyun. Master Jean ordered us to work with you however we can to improve cooperation. Helping each other out is exactly what we're here for.
I forgot about that already, so that's a good point.
Besides, investigating any strange occurrences near Mondstadt and making a report to the Knights of Favonius is also part of our job.
I don't mind either, because while we're out, I can look for new cocktail ingredients too. Just think of it like an outing with friends. It'll be fun.
If she didn't have that blessing that makes everything she makes taste good, I would be very concerned about what Diona just said.
The way I see it, you should just humbly accept their willingness to help.
All right. In that case, thank you all very much. I will be sure to repay your kindness someday.
Now, how about we split into 2 groups for the day?
You mean to cover more ground?
Not just that. Don't forget, this is still part of the Poetry Gala. If we all see the same sights and sounds during our inspiration walk, how can we write unique poems?
Good point.
That's true. But how do we decide who goes in which group?
Why don't we draw lots?
Yeah! That'll make things even more fun.
We can get some funny pairings, too.
Drawing lots? But what if I end up with the Liyue crowd, and I can't think of anything to say to them?
Oh, we're reading Mika's mind again. Why does the travel... We gotta add mind reading to the Traveler's list of powers.
I've got the slips of paper here. Who wants to go first?
Oh, Paimon! Paimon wants to go first.
How funny would it be if Paimon goes with someone that's not us?
Okay, so that's the Traveler, Paimon, Diona, and Chongyun in one group, and Xingqiu, Mika, and Noelle in the other.
What a relief. At least I'll have Noelle with me.
I mean, I would want to be on Noelle's team, too. Have you seen how much she lifts?
Then I humbly place myself at your instruction.
Oh, I don't think... that won't be...
Maybe it's just a white-haired people thing in Genshin. People with white hair are absurdly strong. Just look at Shenhe.
I also await your guidance.
Oh wait, no. Paimon's not strong. Scrap that theory, I guess. No need to be so formal, man. Taking a stroll. That's the plan.
Take care, everyone. See you all tonight.
Traveler's really got his poet on, didn't he?
Did anyone forget to bring anything? If not, then let's get going.
Wow. Are those ears and tail real? So fluffy.
Chongyun, keep your thoughts to yourself. I don't need to mind read you, too.
All right. Miss Diona, is there some place in particular you would like to go?
Just call me Diona. Since we're trying to find that thing you saw, why don't we start with the place you saw it last time?
Let's go get inspired. Lead the way, Captain Chongyun.
Captain? Hey, quit messing around.
Oh, look, there he is. Okay, I'm afraid we'll fight stuff, so I'm gonna switch my party back. Although, we'll mix it up. And we'll swap out Barbara for Noelle. Make it...
Oh, how exciting!
Put it on theme. And swap out Traveler for Kaya, maybe? Could do double Lisa.
This will be interesting.
Enjoy your inspiration walks. I'm looking forward to some splendid poetry tonight.
Haven't read this poem. Poetry riddle on a lantern. Upon thieving hearts, its essence lies, not in silver nor gold, but gilded nests. This emblem grants them courage to rise and summon the ravens as noble guests. Huh. Interesting. I think egg. Plentiful it roamed, the meadows far and near. Above silk flowers did waters hold dear. In pots one may now find its gemisser's grace, fragrant half furled, hiding in heartache's trace. Guess the plant. Yeah, I ain't solving that one. All the way over here. Man, I haven't explored this area in a long time. We got Kaya for run speed.
Dodge this!
No one escapes my sight!
Don't get frostbite.
Don't blink! Hey!
All right. All the way over here.
Right over there, next to the water. That's where I saw it. But it was a little foggy at the time, so I didn't get a clear look.
The view from here is great, but there's kind of a gloomy atmosphere around here. Is this the kind of place you like to take a walk?
I wasn't taking a walk. I come here to train.
Train? Like how knights train for combat?
It's a bit different. As an exorcist of Liyue, my training involves practicing techniques for the exorcism of evil spirits.
Exorcism?
I've always wanted to demonstrate the power of exorcism, but it's a pity. I've never actually gotten the chance.
Because of your Yang aura thing?
Changyun is 1 in a million. He has pure Yang spirit, so as soon as he gets close, evil spirits run and hide. Huh? Isn't that a good thing?
It's awful. Have you ever heard of an exorcist that's never seen an evil spirit? A lot of people think I'm a fraud because of this condition of mine.
Your physical constitution is far rarer than the techniques still passed down by exorcists today. You should treasure it.
Hey, Xiao.
Conqueror of demons.
Is that a friend of yours? Yep, this is Xiao, an adeptus of Liyue.
An adeptus? Wow, I've never seen one of those before.
It's not as uncommon as you would think.
Hello, Mr. Adeptus?
Just call me Xiao.
So, are you here to train too? Or are you out for an inspiration walk?
When I heard about the exorcist's encounter, my suspicions were roused. That's why I'm here. I've already informed the owner of the inn. If you see anything out of the ordinary, return immediately and leave it to me.
I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to drag even the Conqueror of Demons into this.
I have already patrolled the area and found nothing amiss. Either the anomaly you encountered was no evil spirit, or perhaps it already left.
Venti is pretty confident that it's not an evil spirit, so I'm gonna side with Venti on this one.
I guess that means we came all this way for nothing.
If there's no other business, I'll be taking my leave now.
Come on the inspiration walk with us. We don't have to drag him here.
Yeah, you should come. There's no one else around here anyway, so you don't need to worry.
But
I would also be honored if you joined us, Adeptus Xiao. It is a rare opportunity, and I have many questions about exorcising evil spirits that I would like to ask you.
Fine.
Seems like this Adeptus is pretty shy. Or maybe all the Adepti in Liyue are like this.
No, not really. Mooncarver is pretty full of himself. But the one who's the most full of himself is Cloud Retainer.
Team Changyun has a new member! Yay!
What? When did this become my team? Now that Adeptus Xiao is joining us, if anyone's team leader, it should be...
Don't overthink it! Diona, didn't you you wanted to find some new ingredients?
There's some berries over there.
Yeah, I don't get to come to Liyue very often, so I want to gather some new ingredients while I'm here. I've heard that Liyue's Jueyun chilies can set your throat on fire. Is that true? I'm gonna mix them into my drinks and give it a try.
Isn't that, like, exactly what Barbara does?
Uh-huh. Julian chilies. I'm not sure that would taste very good.
I think it's fine. Literally, that's what Barbara's chili water is.
Really? Perfect! Let's go pick a whole bunch of them.
I don't know if you can find them in this area. They're more north of here.
What the...
As well as Jueyun chilies, I also need some slime condensate or loach pearls.
Are those really fit for human consumption? This is starting to sound like something Xiangling would make.
Wait, Xiangling's a bad cook? Mint. Mushroom. Oh, is that it over there? Oh shit, I just realized they swapped my comp.
Fourth, my blade.
I don't see any Jueyun chilies in here, let alone 3. Oh wait, here we go.
A touch of frost.
Scratch that! Okay, this should be enough.
Diona, you seem really committed to, making alcoholic drinks available to people of all tastes.
What? No, never! I hate alcohol! When grown-ups drink too much, they get that stupid drunk look on their faces, can't speak clearly, and don't even respond properly. Sometimes, they just sleep on the floor all night. Alcohol is the root of all kinds of evil.
I would say money is worse, but alcohol ain't all that great.
So, I'm on a mission to mix the most disgusting drink in the whole world and show everyone just how awful alcohol really is. Nothing can stand in my way. If it means coming out to Liyue every day to pick fresh Jueyun chilies, then so be it.
Is it really worth all that effort?
I would recommend wolfhook berries.
Yeah, because all my previous efforts have failed. Those stinking booze hounds not only haven't woken up to the truth of how bad alcohol is, they even keep praising my drinks. It makes me furious!
But how is that possible? If this is the kind of stuff you're throwing into their drinks, it must taste absolutely vile. Surely.
Are you calling me a liar? Well, if you don't believe me, I'll fix you a drink right now. Then you'll see.
Uh-oh. Wait, what's the most disgusting thing that we could put in a drink? Let's throw some almond tofu in the drink, see how that tastes.
No need.
Just you wait.
Ooh, what about
no.
slime condensate?
Is she really going to add those Jueyun chilies?
If her claims are true, perhaps she too possesses a unique constitution of some kind.
I don't see how it could have anything to do with her. Unless she's under the influence of some kind of power? Maybe an evil spirit.
Worse, a blessing.
No. I sense no trace of the demonic in her. Although there are traces of something else. something rather special. In Liyue, we might say this child has adeptal affinity.
It's ready. Here, I made one for Xiao too.
Oh boy. He's the pickiest of picky eaters.
Oh boy. Look at that color. Yep. She definitely added Julian chilies.
What's wrong? You're not allergic to anything, are you? Don't worry. There isn't even any alcohol in it. It's a slime condensate base with a seasoning of Jueyun chilies and finished with frog legs.
That honestly doesn't sound that bad. It just sounds like salsa in a can.
Surely there's no way this can possibly taste good.
Don't force yourselves. Oh. That was a loud gulp.
Xiao downed it in a single gulp. Oh, great. If the Conqueror of Demons drank it, it'd be rude of me to refuse.
And here we are, reading people's minds again.
Oh.
Chongyun drank his too. Is he gonna be okay?
As long as it doesn't go down his windpipe.
This drink is...
delicious.
Oh, star eyes.
It does have a touch of Jueyun chili, but it isn't at all overpowering. It's completely different from Xiangling's cooking or those drinks Xingqiu makes to mess with me.
God, we need to get Diona in touch with Ayato or Raiden Shogun.
It's crisp and refreshing, with just a hint of numbness, and the Jueyun chili flavor combines with the smooth but not slimy texture of the frog legs to form a heavenly mixture. And oh, the slimes. Can we talk about the slimes? Before this, I never knew that they had such a pure and herby taste, like fresh grass after the rain. The power and purity of nature distilled into a cup. Amazing! Simply unbelievable!
I didn't know you were such a foodie, Chongyun.
That's right. Slimes are absolutely sublime.
I forgot that you like those.
Oh, I failed again! But wait, what's gotten into Chongyun? He's been so quiet up until now.
You okay?
I'm great, and I gotta try another. Diona, if you please, one more.
Oh, God.
Okay. I think I've calmed down a bit.
The hell just happened to you?
I'm sorry. I can't believe I let you all see me like that.
It's fine. My fault for not checking your spice tolerance first.
What did spice tolerance have to do with that?
Oh, looks like this pure yang spirit isn't such a great thing to have after all.
Actually, before I drank it, I very much doubted what you said about your drinks.
Who'd have thought it? Diona and Chongyun are actually kind of similar. Xiao? What's wrong?
Look over there.
You mean the leaf?
Something's written on it.
What? You can see that from over here?
What kind of eyes do you have, man?
Yeah, or it'll get swept away.
Pick it up.
There's a poem written on it. The Conqueror of Demons has truly amazing vision.
Let Paimon see.
The sky that night blossomed with flowers, the stars that night hummed like bees, in search of nectar and dreams. And we that night were as new as the dew, under moonlight flowing like silken honey, our words sweet as we sat by spring. But I turned and left you alone, the poem in my heart I left unspoken, and since then the stars do not twinkle, the moon is ice cold. I hide them 'neath the water, but your tears fall and find them.
It sounds like the author is writing about the first time they met their true love.
Really?
Although the following lines suggest that they didn't end up together.
Why write a poem on a fallen leaf? The flowing waters are ruthless. They carry the leaves away with the current. This poem would likely have vanished into the void had we not found it.
I'm sure it would have ended up at the Fountain of Lucine somehow at some point.
It makes no sense to me.
Sometimes people write poems simply to express themselves. Doesn't matter if anyone else reads it.
That's true. I've heard Xiao say something similar before.
He would.
When there's things that you're unable to say, or just never had the chance to say before it was too late, if it can be put on paper, it can be expressed as poetry.
Is it kind of like wishing at a fountain? I used to do that sometimes when I was little.
So, that means that our mystery poet was probably hoping that someone would read it, right?
You think? Then, should we write a poem in reply?
But we don't know who wrote it. How can we reply?
And we don't even know the full context of the poem.
Why not go upstream?
Upstream? Why?
The ink looks fresh. It can't have been written too long ago. This withered leaf floated down with the current. If we travel further upstream and drop a leaf into the same waters, it should be carried down past the original writer.
Cool! Aw, this is so romantic! Communicating with a mystery person using poems on fallen leaves!
But how do we make sure that they'll receive it?
We can write extra copies and drop the leaves in different places. As they say, where there's a will, there's a way. Sure.
Either way, it's
Makes
our
sense
only
to me.
option.
Then let's make like a tree and head upstream!
Wait, what? That doesn't make sense, Paimon. Upstream.
Cool it!
The long way. Oh, that is a long way. Way upstream. Holy crap. Oh no. I recognize this teleporter waypoint. This is the one where we get hit by a boar. Get back here, you! Goddamn fucking teleport boars.
Upstream, upstream, up we go! Oh, did you think of what to write yet?
Already finished writing it. Amidst the dark, fireflies aglow, pebbles unmoved by the stream's flow. If words yet remain and love holds to last, against the world the small can stand fast. In the honeyed moonlight, may you once more bask.
Ooh, great! Now give it here, and Paimon will toss it into the water!
Got something to say, Xiao? It's a great suggestion. Seems like you like the idea of getting involved is growing on you.
Things you never had the chance to say before it was too late. When silence is the final word, we mourn the loss of things unheard.
Mm-hmm. You should try writing a poem, too.
I have little talent for, nor knowledge of poetry.
Did you listen to anything you just said?
The leaf's in the water! Look, it's like a little boat! Merrily, merrily down the stream, life is but a dream.
We should probably pick up the pace. We still have a few more leaves to set afloat, and we need to get back before it gets dark.
It's already dark.
Okay, let's go! Uh-huh. What's this? You two having a private chat?
No, it's nothing. I just hope this isn't all in vain.
Some time ago, in a team far, far away. What is this, Star Wars? Oh no, we're cutting back to the other group. I already forgot that we split into two groups.
The scenery here is quite beautiful. Let's pause here to seek some inspiration.
They wrote the fucking ink letter, didn't they?
Should we set up camp? Oh, please wait a moment. I'll pitch the tent.
It's an inspiration walk. There's no need for all that.
Okay, well, I'll conduct reconnaissance nearby to ensure this area is safe. and see if I can't scavenge any firewood or food while I'm at it.
We're not camping.
Wait, reconnaissance?
It means survey the environment and plan our route forward. It's the foundation of all operations while out in the wild.
Are all inspiration walks in Mondstadt this complicated?
No, he's a cartographer.
They're acting like this is completely normal. Am I the weirdo here?
No. No, you're not. God, I hate that I have to admit it, that you are not the weirdo here.
In that case, I'll conduct reconnaissance with Mika.
Huh? Oh, okay then. Crumbs. Now I have to try and make small talk. Should I mention the scenery? The weather?
Mind reading. At least we're not here for this one. So this is probably Mika hearing his own thoughts.
Very well. Then leave the camp to me.
We're not camping. We're supposed to be on a walk. Reconnaissance makes sense. Camping is not.
Xingqiu, do you, go on inspiration walks often?
I do. I always get bored when I'm cooped up at home. So I head out for a stroll. Life gets busy. You have to steal a moment of leisure when you can.
Cool. Oh! Over there! Firewood!
Have fun, you two. I'll have the tent set up soon.
Time to act.
This is the firewood?
Body and mind.
Oh.
Rain outlines your fate.
Neutralizing threat! Yeah! Yeah!
Body and mind. No, my sword! Time to act. Let me weave you a verse.
Engaging! Let's keep going, team!
I forgot how good Xiao is. Uh-huh.
With this wood and the food I brought along, we can definitely put together a decent lunch.
You've got quite a knack at wilderness survival. I'll give you that.
Thanks. I was on an expedition with the Grandmaster of the Knights of Favonius for a while, not too long ago. I was in charge of surveying and mapping.
Oh? You sound like a character from an adventure novel. Charging across the world, sword in hand.
Spear, actually.
What? No, I'm nowhere near as amazing as all that. If I really run into a powerful enemy, I always leave it for someone stronger to deal with.
You're too modest, Mika. A hero is measured not by the blood on his sword, but by what's in his heart.
I don't know, the blood on the sword helps, though.
As long as a righteous heart that yearns to aid others beats within your chest, no matter where you go, or what you have achieved, you may be called a hero.
You can be a hero, but I still think merit plays a role.
That all sounded pretty profound. Well, I've never even thought about any of that before.
Hello? Are you okay? Maybe we should return, lest Noelle be forced to wait on us.
Sure.
There's gonna be a fucking log cabin built where we left, isn't there? Boat. Oh, hang on. Got it. Still need to grab all these. That is a tent. That is a fucking pavilion tent. Where was Noelle keeping that? I guess in her inventory. I guess that makes sense.
You're back! Did everything go smoothly? Do you need a cloth to wipe the sweat from your brow?
No need, thanks. All clear. There's no danger in the vicinity.
Lunchtime. Speaking of lunchtime, I should probably be getting ready for dinner time after this stream.
Your cooking is amazing. Every single dish is so tasty.
Truly astounding. I never imagined it was possible to enjoy such a satisfying meal in the great outdoors.
Really? Then what do you usually eat when you're out on an inspiration walk?
Oh, well, since I usually sneak out from home, I just grab some dried snacks to take with me. Add in whatever fruit I pick along the way, and that's my lunch.
By sneaking out, you mean running away from home?
Rich people problems.
That's right. Or sometimes I'll tell a cover story like, I'm going out to take care of business.
But if you get caught, won't you get disciplined?
So just don't get caught.
A very Xingqiu answer.
Anyway, did anything interesting come up while you were out scouting?
Well, Xingqiu and I talked about what it means to be a hero. Now that I think about it, by Xingqiu's definition, you should be considered a hero too, Noelle.
Definitely. I stand by that. Anybody in the sub-only chat disagree? No? Exactly. It's because Noelle's a hero.
Huh? Me?
You're always happy to help everyone in the Knights of Favonius. Not only that, but whenever we're out training, you help out the citizens of Mondstadt. Oh, remember that time when a giant boulder was blocking the road? You cut it in two with a single blow.
Oh? Sounds like she has both a heroic spirit and incredible martial prowess.
Oh, I forgot. You're a martial prowess nerd.
Don't. Oh, please don't praise me like that. We should talk about what we came here to do. Finding inspiration.
There's going to be another Noelle poem in there. Should we get Silver-Tongued Tian out here?
Miss Hu Tao said something about pocketing our poetic thoughts. But so far, all we've done is gather some firewood and cook lunch.
It's getting late already, too.
I have no idea what to write.
You can write about anything. Looking at Cor Lapis, one can't help but wonder if one's own heart is as bright and clear as jade. Observing silk, so bright and beautiful, one pauses to consider whether it ever feels the sadness and sorrow that humans do.
No, normal people don't think that, but it is very poetic to think that.
So we have to connect our internal world with the external one?
Noelle, not to nitpick, but did you put this tent up half in the water?
Exactly. But that's just one of many possible methods. Perhaps you might gaze out at the bridge in the distance and see a woman leaning on the railing, looking as if her heart is laden by sorrows that even the rushing waters below cannot wash away.
I had a feeling she was the one that wrote the leaf letter.
Huh? Wait! I saw her at the gala yesterday. She wrote one of the riddles we answered. Why don't we go say hi?
Okay, it was just an optical illusion. It's not partially in the water. It's just the color. Oh yeah, Noelle team. Oh, 86.
Hello, ma'am. How fortuitous it is that we meet again.
Hello. Are you here on your inspiration walk too?
Yes. Allow me to introduce ourselves. I am Xingqiu, and this is Noelle and Mika.
Thank you for accepting our answer to your riddle yesterday.
Oh, don't mention it. It's all in good fun. I'm Caliroe.
Caliroe.
So, Miss Caliroe, are you from Fontaine?
That's right. I was traveling in the area and just happened to see there was a poetry event being held at Stone Gate. It looked fun, so I thought I'd drop in.
Your riddle yesterday made quite an impression on me. It was uniquely evocative. Have you studied Liyue poetry before?
I haven't, actually. I've just picked up a few things here and there from chatting with people throughout my travels.
Amazing! So you're a natural poet.
We noticed you standing on the bridge from quite some distance away. Are you drawing poetic inspiration from the flowing current beneath your feet?
I haven't finished my poem yet. The water here was just so peaceful and calming. I stopped for a moment and lost myself in admiring it.
There's a chest under that bridge I missed.
Well, since we're all here, why not head back with us to the venue for tonight's festivities? It's getting late after all.
Huh? Are you sure?
We can walk and talk. Perhaps the mingling of ideas will give rise to new inspiration.
I'd personally like to hear Miss Callie Rowe's couplet. I'm sure I can learn something. Well, if you're all in agreement, I've got no reason not to join you.
Alright, back to the venue. Laughing and joking as they go. Oh yeah, Venti, I forgot you were here.
Woohoo! The first team is back, right on schedule.
Huh? The others have yet to return?
Come on! Let's hurry!
Oh, we lost Xiao.
We're not too late, are we?
Yeah, we didn't need to walk all the way to Qingxi.
Just how far did you all go?
To Qingxi Village, almost?
Everyone catch your breath. Come on, deep breaths. 1, 2.
Where's Director Who?
Now, don't panic. The party hasn't started yet.
We made it!
Since when do you get tired from flying? Oh, that's right. That's why the Paimon riddle doesn't make a good answer. Paimon gets tired from floating around.
Paimon gets tired if she has to fly too fast. Oh, not to mention dropping all those leaves. Paimon's hands are cramping up.
Sounds like someone needs to exercise more.
Huh? You guys picked up a new teammate while you were out?
Indeed. This is Kelly Rowe. I believe you'll remember her from yesterday, though you weren't introduced.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, but you're not the only ones who's called in reinforcements. Look who we got!
He's gone.
Wait. Xiao? Where'd he go? Xiao, come on out!
He's all the way back up there. Oh, he's actually standing on that spot I scouted earlier. He is watching from that exact spot I said I would be watching from.
Now that we've all regrouped, let's... Scratch that. Looks like we're still waiting on my co-host.
They say roosters crow at first light, and finches go to bed at night. But Director Hu Tao's always on the ball. Anytime, anywhere, she'll answer your call.
Man, I guess they saw the Farina cutscene was getting a lot of traction, and people are all... Oh yeah, we definitely gotta one-up the Hu Tao craziness. Hu Tao can't be getting one-upped by Farina, although I think Farina's coming out in the next batch, so
Are the theatrics really necessary? We're already on day 2 of the festival. The opening ceremony is over.
But my dear, dear Paimon, it seems you are not yet aware. That was not for my own sake, but for a special guest who's joining us today.
Oh no. Is it Zhongli? Of course it is.
Director Hu's manner is as exuberant as ever. It always makes quite an impression.
Oh boy! Now this is a surprise.
Oh, great. These two meeting again.
Mr. Zhongli, I hope you are well.
Xingqiu, what can you tell me about Mr. Zhongli? He seems like somebody very important.
Yes, he's held in very high regard in Liyue Harbor. He's extremely erudite in many different domains of knowledge.
Allow me to introduce you all to Zhang Li, a consultant at the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
He's just a consultant, which means that his main job is he's just an advisor that gives advice to people for all of their jobs.
His expertise is limitless, stretching from the celestial orbs to the terrestrial ores, spanning modern and ancient culture, delving into literature both prosaic and poetic. He may be my subordinate, but he is certainly a qualified poetry expert, and so we have invited him here tonight to judge the compositions.
The director exaggerates. I am but vaguely acquainted with a few lines of classical poetry. Should you consider me to be remiss in my appraisal of your own compositions, please correct me.
Yeah, enough with the modesty already. If I didn't know better, I'd say you seemed nervous. Just focus on judging.
Please rest assured that I shall rise to the occasion, Director.
Oh, they worked that pun in there on purpose, didn't they?
Let me do a quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great! Equal numbers on both sides.
That's right, this is a couplets assignment.
Huh? Are you counting me too?
Join us, it'll be fun.
Okay, fine. But consider this a favor.
I will pay back with interest.
With our Fontaine friend present, perhaps we should rename this event to the Three Nations Congenial Poetry Gala. Also, I'm just noticing that Paimon should only count as a half teammate at most.
Why?
That kind of puts Team Traveler at a bit of a disadvantage.
Why? Paimon is a person. Why are we counting Paimon as half a person? Paimon is not that much smaller than Diona now that I see them, like, next to each other.
Well, how about this? I'll join in as well. Director Hu Tao, here to help out in your hour of greatest need. What does everyone think?
Naturally, the more the merrier. Being the host of the festival shouldn't stop you from having the chance to enjoy it like the rest of us.
Then, it's settled. Everyone else in the audience, feel free to join in too and support your favorite team.
What about me? Shall I keep track of the score?
No need for that. The teams are just a formality. We're all friends here, and this isn't intended to be competitive. But what do you think, Judge Zhang Li?
I concur, Director. Moreover, it would be disingenuous to impose upon our friends from Mondstadt and Fontaine a competition in which they are judged on how rigorously they can adhere to Liyue poetic conventions. Since this is a congenial poetry gala, should we not begin with inspiration and finish with friendly conversation? The aim being for all participants to enjoy themselves.
Makes sense to me.
That's a relief. I was so nervous about this, but it sounds like it's gonna be pretty relaxed.
Couldn't have asked for a better judge. Zhang Li said everything I was supposed to say, only far more eloquently. So, without further ado, I shall pass the baton to Venti.
No problem.
Alright, well, that's out of
Old
order.
and new, put on your thinking caps and take a deep breath of fresh air. The second stage of our poetry gala will now commence. Matching couplets.
Perhaps I could break the ice with a humble contribution to inspire others to share their brilliance. Please listen to the first line in the couplet. Lounging in luxury inside a Xinyue kiosk booth, delighting in countless contemporary tastes.
What? He managed to think of one already? Oh, he seems like a real expert at this.
Books, poetry, literature. Yeah, that definitely is Xingshu to a T.
Xinyue Kiosk. Should that be paired with Lily Pavilion? Or are they too similar for a couplet? Oh, this is pretty difficult.
What's the name of the gift shop in Mondstadt?
Xinyue Kiosk. Contemporary tastes? I guess I should pair the modernity of their VIP dining experience with an emblem of the past.
Oh, it's a restaurant.
Ah! Maybe where I was training that one time.
Good
It was
hunter.
quite ancient. The weather was terrible that day.
I forgot, Xinyue Kiosk is the restaurant that they all eat at. It's not the souvenir shop.
Okay, I got something. Surrounded by history, outside a Tianheng Pass pavilion, as lightning sets the boundless tenebrous skies ablaze.
Wow! Changyun completed the couplet!
Xinyue Kiosk is a renowned modern restaurant, while the mountain pass of Tianheng is a prominent historical landmark. These two iconic locations form a complementary pair. The imagery also contrasts rather well between the two halves of the couplet. One half describing a leisurely and comfortable indoor scene, the other portraying a hazardous outdoor scenario where there is no protection from the elements.
Huh? I was just describing what I experienced that day. I guess I just got lucky.
You just happen to have someone who understood all the meaning.
Alright then. I guess I'll start the next couplet.
What we got, Changyun?
Mind pines for Mingyun. Flesh confined to Qingse. Spirit striding high on Zheyun's clouds.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Oh, Changyun, you dark horse. Looks like you came to play today.
This conjures the image of one with lofty aspirations, whose life is limited to a small town, but who awaits the opportunity to one day ascend above the clouds. The use of various locations for their symbolism is quite novel indeed.
Oh!
Ooh, Noelle, you got something?
Soul shines like jadestone, dressed in finest silkware. Lucent heart still beats within me now.
Wow, how did Noelle do that?
A superb line. It employs the metaphor of precious stone to describe one of noble and moral character, with a pure and clear heart. The symbolism in this case is centered around objects. Truly the work of a skilled poet.
A hero at heart, Noelle always is.
That was a commendable couplet.
All thanks to your guidance while we were out on our inspiration walk.
I'd like to start the next couplet. Up into the misty karst, down among the grassy marsh, all for lotus seed and bird egg soup.
Lotus seed and bird egg soup? What is it, Diona? Did you think of a second line for the couplet?
Oh no. I think Diona has an idea for a bad drink.
No. Everyone's poems are so complicated. I need more time just to understand them. But when I heard lotus seed and bird egg soup, it made me think of berry and mint burst. Maybe because I mixed a similar drink recently.
Got it.
North beyond the Starfell Lake. South across the windswept plains. Just for berries squeezed and mint infused.
Okay.
No wonder everyone praises the traveler so highly. You answered so quickly.
I was not expecting to hear any voiced traveler lines. I almost never am.
Both halves of this couplet require intimate knowledge of the terrain in question and the local plants that may be found there. The two of you are clearly both seasoned travelers.
Does this mean I helped? Meowsa!
You saved the day. Thanks, Diana.
Hey now, Zhongli. Don't just praise everything you hear. You should question and press them a bit. Don't worry about upsetting anyone. After all, I'm here to take the heat.
Of course.
Then allow me to try another. Qingxin has no heart. Still, it soothes the human heart.
Interesting. A flower has no heart, but it still soothes the human heart.
Is she talking about the medicinal effects of Qingxin? This is a hard one to match.
I thought she was talking about romance, but I guess the flower has medicinal properties that I wasn't aware of. The Shin part of Qingxin means heart, but the flower itself has no heart. Oh, hi, Xiao. I've got it.
Sweet dream is no dream, yet it nurtures people's dreams.
That's a bit of a stretch, but okay.
Sweet dream. Does that really match?
Since the suitability of the match has been queried, I shall act according to the director's wishes and ask you, what is the link between Sweet Dream and Qingxin?
It's a type of dessert.
Oh, you mean eating a delicious dessert before bed will make you sleep well, right? You're amazing!
Uh-huh. Okay. Whatever you think, traveler. Because we sleep peacefully at night because Xiao's there to protect everyone. Why are you thinking about Xiao? The shippers are gonna go crazy with this.
Then I agree. The two halves of the couplet match. This point is well deserved.
Points for me, points for thee. This judge gives out points for free. But if you ask me, everyone's being a little too conventional so far. Let's push the envelope a little. Go nuts!
Oh? In that case, why don't you finish this one for me, Hu Tao? Round moon in the heavens, full moon at night. Celebrate with circle of friends.
Oh, square meals in the basement. Big bowls of rice, decorate with cuboids of meat.
Huh? What the?
That works pretty well to me.
Ah, we have ourselves a pedant's couplet. The two halves have no thematic connection, yet each word has its perfect parallel, meaning the two halves do form a cohesive whole. The strict pairings make this no easier to achieve than a thematically coherent couplet.
Blah, 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 blah. So verbose. Zhongli, just tell me if I got a point or not.
Of course you did. I presumed it went without saying.
Ahem. Through Cheongji, I walked 100 miles. At Guili, I ended my march. In Dihua, the silver grass grows in 2 styles, but horsetails don't trot out the marsh.
Uh-huh.
From vendors, I bought some 15 steaks. At dinner, I sizzled the lots. At pressure, the tenderloin cooks in 2 ticks, but 15 won't fit in the pot.
Huh?
Interesting. I get it, unfortunately.
So that's a pedant's couplet. I think she can do that too.
Look at that smug face on Hu Tao right there. Honestly, it just looks like the Eula frowny face, to be honest.
I thought of one. Wolf hooks can't hook Baron Bunny.
Ha! I like it.
Aw, that's a cute couplet.
Sweet flowers can't outsweet Sister Barbara.
What are you doing here? Also, I did bring up Barbara several times, so I guess it's fair to have at least one of the Barbara fan club show up to the poetry contest. In fact, why is Barbara not here herself? Probably because Levin is.
Huh?
Now, that's the passion we like to see. Although, unfortunately, your response was technically 1 word too long.
You just drop the sister. Just leave Barbara.
In that case, Whopper flowers can't whop Jumpy Dumpty.
These are getting a little bit too specific for this crowd, I think.
Oh, this Mondstadter's got talent.
Oh no. Is Hu Tao aware about the Chumpty Dumpties? Oh no. My PTSD.
I'm so relieved I at least managed to get one.
Ooh, what you got, Noelle?
Nestling by a roaring fire, scent of tea wafts from the stove, reading through the heart of clear springs.
Uh-oh.
Wow, Noelle came up with another one. Come on, match the couplet. Paimon knows you can do it.
Why don't you try Paimon?
Do you really think Paimon has what it takes?
Time to get pedantic. Match each word one by one, you'll be
Give it
fine.
a whirl. Nestling by a roaring fire, scent of tea wafts from the stove, reading through the heart of clear springs. Seething in the pouring rain, sword of pain swipes at my foe, beating up the eye of the storm.
Great job!
What? Really?
Yes, very good. The image of challenging powerful foes in the harshest of conditions seemed to manifest before my eyes, and it was perfectly juxtaposed against the atmosphere of leisurely reading with a cup of freshly brewed tea.
Really? Maybe Paimon has a knack for this after all.
I don't like the couplet, but I do think that each half works really good on its own.
It appears that my services as a judge are no longer needed.
It's nice to see you, nonetheless. Couplets late into the night. I wonder what the third day event's gonna be.
Woohoo! Paimon's so happy! Paimon managed to match a bunch of couplets at the end. You did hear them all, right?
I really enjoyed myself too. Oh, I never knew Liyue's couplet poetry was so much fun.
I don't know if it's a leeway thing. I thought it was just a generic poetry thing. Couplets
You
are
were
common.
amazing today, Noelle. You did so many couplets.
If A, then B.
Paimon especially liked your one about reading Heart of Clear Springs. Paimon never could have thought of that.
Uh-oh, are we hearing thoughts?
Miss Kelly Roy, are you okay? You look like you're getting tired.
Don't worry, I'm fine. Thanks for asking. Although, I do have a question I'd like to ask. Have all of you read Heart of Clear Springs?
I've read it before.
I haven't actually read it.
My dad told me the story once. It's about a spring fairy and a young boy.
Oh yes, the story of a spring fairy who left her homeland and met a boy under the moonlight in a faraway land.
There's the connection.
The boy poured out his heart to her, and she listened to his stories. Over time, the boy grew up and began to develop feelings for the spring fairy. But the spring fairy didn't understand human love and was afraid that making a promise to him would ultimately end in tragedy. And so, I don't know if Diona's father mentioned the part about the kiss to her.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Diona's like 12, right?
In the end, the spring fairy left the boy and was never heard from again.
Ah, yes, that's it. Many years went by, and the boy became an old man. But he never stopped believing that the fairy was real, and not just a dream.
Sounds like a tragic tale.
So, what do you guys think of the spring fairy in the story?
I'm sure she made her decision with the best of intentions, but the boy couldn't hope to understand why she left. It's a shame that the misunderstanding never got cleared up.
Well, do you think she should go back and see that boy again, if she ever had another chance?
Now? But isn't he an old man by the end of the story?
Isn't it a bit late? What if it just led to more regrets? Oh, sorry. Maybe I'm being too pessimistic.
It's a fair objection, Mika. Someone had to make it.
If Paimon was that boy... Actually, Paimon would definitely want to see the spring fairy again, no matter how old Paimon got. After all, she's the love of his life, right?
Speaking of which, Paimon, how old do you think you will live to be? I don't know what your species lives to be.
I see.
Paimon, aren't you a fairy, technically? That's what people started calling you in recent, updates.
Oh? Looks like the party's still going strong over here. Are you coming up with more couplets? Need my help?
Stick to hosting, Tone Deaf Bard. If you get involved, you'll only match every couplet yourself and not leave any for the rest of us.
I never knew you had such a high opinion of my abilities, Paimon. But the couplet games are all over now. Tomorrow's theme is freestyle poetry.
Ah, the hardest category, because it's the most vague and least understood.
Do we have to share our own poems with everyone?
That's right. If you're not feeling confident, don't worry. It's never too late to register for Venti's Poetry Cram class.
Oh, that's right, that's a thing. Why is Kaya not here?
I'll sign up.
Oh, me too.
Hold on there, Buster. Before you start peddling your classes, just how much freedom is there with this freestyle poetry exactly? Aren't there any requirements at all?
It's as free as the winds that blow. And there's nothing freer. There are no limits to genre, form, content, or anything else. So long as it comes from the heart, you're welcome to put it into poetry. Give it a try. There's no better chance to express your innermost thoughts.
Whoa, that's almost too much freedom. Paimon can't decide which way to go. Our travels? Or maybe all the food that the travelers cooked for Paimon. Will you come too, Kelly Roy? Paimon wants to see what you write.
Oh, yes. I'll be there.
Ugh, my nose is starting to itch again. All right, I shall leave you to privately ponder your poems and bid you all good night. See you tomorrow.
All right. Day 2 done. I feel like I already see where this story is about to wrap up. All right, 8 to 10 the next day. Anyone to talk to here? I don't see them if they are here. Is Xiao up on the hill still? Not worth the effort. Paimon, you know the thing. Do the thing. Oh, I can see the nail from here.
That was a refreshing sleep. Let's go to the venue. Paimon's really...
Heart of the Deep.
Huh?
I'm getting hungry.
We're a few people short today.
Morning, friends. Xiao said he wants to take some time and focus on writing poems, so he'll join us later.
Noelle has other duties today, so she asked me to tell everyone not to wait up for her.
Aww. I'm gonna miss Noelle.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. What about Kelly Roy, though? She said she'd be here.
I got here really early, but I haven't seen her yet.
Are you talking about the girl with the blue hair? I saw her on the bridge near Dihua Marsh during my morning training. She looked a little upset, so I didn't want to disturb her.
Upset? Oh no! What should we do? Was it something we said last night?
We should go find her.
I agree. If she's run into some kind of trouble, I'd like to help her.
Huh? You're all going? Then I'm coming too.
Shall we start with the bridge? We're all here a little early, so there should be time.
Good idea. We'll be back in a jiffy.
Alright. Heart of the Deep. Poor Noelle. She's gonna miss the climax of the event. Dihua Marsh. Should be right over here on this bridge, right?
Oh, so this is the place? We ran into her here yesterday, too. She looked like something was weighing on her mind then as well.
It's also not far from where we were dropping those leaves.
Huh. Leaves?
Oh, right. We were
Hey,
so
someone's
busy
coming this
matching
way.
couplets we forgot to mention.
Interesting. I wonder, could Miss Callie Roy have been the one who wrote that poem on the leaf?
Probably.
What makes you say that?
She would have been up here at around the time right before the first leaf got written.
Oh, sorry. Nothing. Well, nothing concrete. Just a hunch, I guess.
It's pretty accurate guess, in my opinion.
It's just, that poem on the leaf kinda gave me the same feeling as when I saw her yesterday. So much sadness.
Now that you mention it, this is upstream from where we found the poem.
Huh? Hey, look! Over there! Another leaf!
Wow, you're right! And this one has writing on it too!
How can you tell from this far away? Alright.
Dodge this!
Kaya, this is your time to shine.
Cool it!
Just a little bit further.
Dodge this!
Oh, why does it have to float so quickly?
Oh my god, it's that far away already? Oh. Just another one of those.
And grab it? But Paimon can't swim. What if Paimon accidentally falls into the water?
If only we had like a fishing pole of some kind.
Freeze!
What are these flaming flowers used for? Probably just crafting ingredients, right?
It stopped.
No!
Another target tracked down by Outrider Amber.
Alright. All that for a leaf.
We finally caught it.
Are the words still legible? Or have they been washed out?
Looks like the ink's intact. Let Paimon take a look at what it says.
The desire remains, but time has passed. The boy by the spring grows frail too fast, but when dreams flow to fruition, where streams join the sea, we'll journey into endless reverie.
Huh? This is related to the poem we wrote in reply yesterday. She must have picked up one of our leaves. Spring. Young boy. It's looking a lot like Callie Roe was the one who wrote this.
She seems to care a lot about that story, huh?
Because she's the spring fairy.
Actually, when Paimon first saw her, Paimon was wondering, do you think... is it possible that she's,
Just focus on finding her first.
Based on the current and accounting for wind strength, everyone, please follow me.
She's by where the tent was, wasn't she? That's way up there. Where is this even? It's near Fontaine.
This should be far enough upstream. Let's split up and search the area.
Callie Roe! Callie Roe!
Cool it!
Don't blink!
Need that shimmering whopper flower nectar. Oh, I think I remember this area. This is where I went and got frogs.
Ah! She's surrounded by hilly churros! Let's go save her!
Speed of light! Hey!
Steady as stone.
Let it rain. Cut to the chase. Incoming.
Dodge this! This moment will be frozen in time.
Done. Oh, more incoming.
Cool it! What's the hurry?
Cryo is more effective in the water.
Dodge this!
Bet you can't keep up with me.
Freeze!
Leave it all to me, as a dutiful maid would.
No escape.
Cool it!
Speed of light. Hey! Nowhere to hide.
Don't get frostbite. Dodge this!
Callie Roe, are you okay? What's that? It's a huge water droplet.
This is exactly what I saw the other day.
These things are popping up everywhere. Large water droplet. Caleroy?
Huh? Why are you all looking at me like that? Oh no, my body, is it?
That voice is definitely Callie Roy's.
How did this happen? Please wait a moment.
Yep.
Oh no, did I use up too much energy?
How did you... What's going on here? Miss Callie Roe, are you some kind of adeptus?
No, I'm so sorry for deceiving you all for so long. Actually, I'm an Oceanid who flowed here from Fontaine long ago.
What's an Oceanid?
Ah, the Grandmasters mentioned them before. The Oceanids were the familiars of the former Hydro Archon. They all fled Fontaine after the Archon died and settled across the world.
We've ran into a bunch of them.
That's correct. Though, to tell you the truth, I can't even completely recall how I found myself here. I have a vague impression of my ancestral home, but I can't recall clearly anything I saw on my journey.
Oh, there's a Geoculus right behind me.
All I know is that by the time I arrived in Mondstadt, I had lost most of my power and couldn't even sustain a physical form. Eventually, I settled in a place called Springvale, where I slowly began to regain my power. Springvale is a serene and beautiful place. The water that flows through there is clear and pure, just like the hearts of the people who dwell there.
So you're the Spring Fairy of Springvale?
Yes, Diona, and I remember you too, you know. When you were little, you often came to the spring at night to speak with me.
Really? You're not messing with me, are ya?
I always thought that was just a local legend.
Here we are, reading Mika's thoughts again.
Your favorite little pillow, the fish one? Its name is Bubbles, is it not?
Yep! All those childhood memories. So they weren't just a dream. So, if this is true, then all those things written on the leaves...
The moonlight flows like silken honey. The boy by the spring grows old and frail.
I see. So you were the ones who found my leaf. Well, you are correct. The Spring Fairy and Heart of Clear Springs is me.
No wonder you were asking us so many questions about it.
It made it kind of obvious.
So, the boy from the story...
is Finch.
Finch?
I always loved listening to people's dreams. And still do, to this day. Whether they're beautiful, sad, or filled with emotions I couldn't understand at the time. One night, a little boy came to the spring. The tears that fell from his face were more fragile than a moonbeam, and purer than the morning dew. I like humans and wanted to understand them better. I also wanted to make sense of the feelings contained in his tears that were, then, a mystery to me.
And so you became friends.
Yes. We often met under the stars, sharing our stories with one another. Sometimes, we'd stay up all night and see who would hear the first bird chirping from the boughs, or the first cicada of summer.
Aw, that sounds lovely.
But one day, just like the book says, I saw an emotion in Finch's eyes that I couldn't reciprocate. I felt out of my depth, in uncharted waters. But I knew all too well that we Lockfolk face a very different fate from that of humans. Whatever was happening, I didn't want it to lead to Finch writing a chapter of his life that he would later come to regret. So, I fled, and never appeared before him again.
Yikes. What fate are you trying to avoid?
Oh, Callie Roy.
My strength returns very slowly, and even after decades, I can only sustain a physical form for a very short time. I once hoped that Finch would be able to move on, and meet me when the stars in the night sky have all gone out. But after seeing so many people's stories, and hearing about all their dreams, I have gradually come to understand Finch's heart. This feeling of wanting to respond to his feelings is surging relentlessly in my chest, and I can no longer restrain it. But I'm also scared. Scared that if I go and see him now, I'll bring nothing but disappointment, and even more pain when it comes time to part.
Oh.
It really is a difficult choice.
Please go see him.
I feel like I remember who Finch is, but I probably don't.
Huh?
I know Grandpa Finch, and he's a really kind person. When I was struggling to learn how to draw maps, he was always encouraging me, telling me not to give up, always keep trying, and get out there and have some adventures. He often tells me stories about his past, but I've never once seen a look of regret or sadness in his face. And even though Grandpa Finch loves adventures, he still stands there by the spring, every day, as if he's waiting for something. I believe that he's serious about his feelings for you, Miss Callie Roy. He's never stopped hoping that he'll see you again one day. So if you want to see him too, then what are you waiting for?
Wow, Mika. That was great. Didn't know you had it in you.
Huh? Oh, sorry. I think I got a bit too excited and I just thought, well, it just sort of came out.
I understand. That settles it. I've decided. I will go back and see Finch.
You will? Amazing! That's great!
But I'd like to ask all of you for some help.
I'm honestly surprised this Finch character is still alive, because I was honestly under the impression that the book was written like over 100 years ago.
Sure. Just say the word. We'll help you any way we can.
Would you come to Springvale with me and help to bring Finch to my side? I cannot maintain this form for much longer, and I'm worried others will see me how I was just before.
Leave it to me. I'm really close with Grandpa Finch.
Also, please keep Finch's in my secret. I wouldn't want Springvale's tranquil waters to become agitated on account of all this.
God forbid it becomes a tourist trap.
Your secret is safe with me.
I won't tell anyone. That's a promise.
Great. I can't thank you all enough.
What's wrong? Are you gonna turn back into a water droplet?
No, I'm sorry. It's just that my mind's racing. As much as I want to talk to him again, I'm still worried that I won't have the words when the time comes.
I have an idea. Write him a poem.
A poem?
All the things you hold deep inside your heart. Everything we'll never have the chance to say.
Okay, good idea. I'll write him a poem. And it will be called Heart of Clear Springs.
Go to Springvale. Alright, where are you?
Don't blink.
Damn it.
Incoming.
Gotcha. I also saw some core lapis over here. Gonna grab that before I forget. 'Cause I hate mining core lapis. I need it for Jing.
Yeah.
To Springvale. This was an emotional and pleasant experience so far. Is October a good month for romance? I'm not really big on it, so I wouldn't know.
Freeze!
Are you okay?
It's nothing. I'm just scared that I won't be able to maintain this form much longer.
Okay, don't panic. Wait here, Caliroe. I'll go fetch Grandpa Finch.
Take it slow, Diona. Finch isn't a young man anymore. He's not as steady on his feet. I can still hold on a bit longer.
Okay, stay strong. You can do it.
She's gonna dissolve into water, isn't she?
How are you holding up? Would you like some support, Miss Caliroy?
You can also lean on Paimon if you need.
Thank you, all of you.
Grandpa Finch!
Not as old as I thought he was.
Is that Diona? You're back early today.
Today's your special day, Grandpa Finch. Can you come with me?
Oh? Well, where are we going?
Over there, to the waterfall.
Did you catch a nice little fishy?
Just come with me already. This is extremely important.
But I promised your father that I'd go to...
Grandpa Finch!
All right, all right. No need to get worked up. I'm right behind you.
That's more like it. Now come on, I'll help you.
Draft's daughter is just like him when she's on a mission.
Old Finch. Cutscene time?
Over here! Over here! It's okay, Grandpa Finch. Take your time.
What's all this? What are all these people doing here? Even Mika's here? How's work been going lately? And even some friends from abroad, if I'm not mistaken. You do know that today's not my birthday, don't you?
I love this old man.
Greetings, Mr. Finch. My name is Chong Yoon. We all met at the poetry gala, and... well, there's someone we'd like to introduce you to.
Finch.
That voice. Caliroe.
I didn't think you'd still remember.
Oh, there goes my phone.
I remember. I remember all right. How could I ever forget? Although your appearance is different than I recall. Back then, you looked like you'd stepped right out of a fairy tale. But I'm one to talk. Of course a fairy from a fairy tale can change forms. But in your eyes, I'm probably the one who's changed beyond all recognition.
Oh, even after all these years, you still know just what to say to make me laugh.
I thought you were only able to appear in the dead of night. There have been times when I've wondered whether it really was all a dream.
I'm sorry I kept you waiting for so long, Finch.
Oh, it can't have been that long. It's been but the blink of an eye, really.
God, this man just reeks of positivity.
Finch, would you like to hear a poem I wrote for you?
A poem? You write poetry now? Well, of course. I'd be delighted to listen. I'll hang on every word that leaves your lips.
In that case, let me read you a story about the Spring Fairy.
Cutscene now? Is it cutscene now time? Here we go!
Far from my native land I roamed. In streams I slept, many seasons I met as the sun set and rose. I searched for a garden to call a home, and the moonlight ebbed as the water flowed.
Wow, that was a really shitty time for the internet to cut out. Heart of Clear Spring. Alright. Hopefully no crashes this time.
Far from my native land I roamed. In streams I slept, many seasons I met as the sun set and rose. I searched for a garden to call a home, and the moonlight ebbed as the water flowed. A soft breeze beckoned me unto a spring. Sleep, weary wanderer, your journey is over. May the dancing petals sweeten your slumber. At dawn, I hummed the melody of a distant stream.
She's been here for like 500
and the
years.
songs in the night serenaded my dreams. A boy's tender tears trembled through the water, stirring me more than any starlight sonata. He wove me a wreath from past petals and future buds. I crossed beyond the veil of dreams to the realm of flesh and blood. Look at the love that shines from his eager gaze. Answer the call of his heart, lest this moment go to waste. The kittens and fireflies invited my heartstrings to sing, but I was a stranger to the melody of mankind, and knew not how this tune should begin. As the river of dreams trickled into the ocean blue, every time a crystal fly flapped its wings, older it seemed he grew. But I learned to fathom human ways each stumbling step I took.
Aww.
And clouds of confusion became crystal clear in the vulnerable verse I wrote. As seed yearns for soil and trees for the sun, a once foreign melody inside my heart sung, and it cried out your name on every string it could strum. Now I give my dream to you. May it be in your slumber a sweet spring to quench your thirst. Now, I hand my heart to you.
The heart of spring.
Praying my belated promise might meet, still with your trust.
The heart of Clear Spring.
Yes. This is how I remember you from when we first met. All those years ago. It really has been a long, old time, hasn't it?
Yes, Finch.
Finch,
It's okay. I understand. Your poem, it explains everything.
Thank you, Finch. Please, take this.
That looks like the thing that Dvalin's
beautiful.
tears were.
This is a droplet of water condensed from my own power. Finch, I don't have a physical form like humans, and I can't stay by your side. I don't know how long it'll be before I can change back into human form again.
Really? Oh my god.
Finch, I don't have a physical form like humans, and I can't stay by your side. But as long as this droplet remains with you, our hearts will always be connected, no matter the distance between us.
Interesting. Is it like a Skype call? I don't know.
I will always be one with the spring. From this day onwards, if you call me, I will meet you in your dreams.
The heart of Clear Springs.
Oh, it's so romantic.
Shush.
You've really learned a lot, haven't you? And you don't even mind that the kids are watching.
That's funny.
Does it bother you?
How could it possibly? This is the happiest moment of my life.
That being said, normal people might be a little embarrassed from doing this in front of a bunch of other people. But some people don't.
I just worry that once I go to sleep, I won't ever want to wake up again.
Huh? Don't say that.
I'm only joking. It seems that you still have much to learn.
Is that right?
Grandpa Finch and Kelly Rowie look so happy. Oh, what a perfect moment.
You do that in your head, too?
Diona, thank you for fetching Finch for me. I've never forgotten you either.
I used to chat with you a lot. Wasn't it ever annoying?
Of course not. You are one of the truest friends I have in the entire world.
Who wrote the book? I don't remember who wrote the book, The Heart of Clear Spring.
That's why I gave you your gift, so that a part of me could always be with you.
Huh?
Oh, it's your fault.
Wait. So is Diona's ability to mix delicious drinks from disgusting ingredients a blessing from this water spirit? And if so, is it also possible that my pure yang spirit is a gift from some being?
My physical form is about to disappear. Finch,
Yes?
I've never regretted meeting you or deciding to talk to you that night. Not once. All these long years. Not for a single moment.
It probably goes without saying, but neither have I.
Although, it was different from in the stories. That fateful night, I never gave you that kiss. This gift that represents my promise and my love, I give it to you now.
Really? We're doing this? Shut your eyes now. Pilot.
Huh?
It's moments like this, it's only polite to close your eyes.
It's okay, everyone. She's gone now.
What? But Paimon didn't get a chance to say goodbye.
Grandpa Finch?
Don't worry now. She hasn't gone far. Just like she said, she'll always be one with the spring. By our side and in our dreams.
Return to the event. Right, there was an event still.
Oh, child. Let me stay here a little longer.
Back to the venue. So all of this technical difficulties may have added like 10 minutes to the stream that I didn't plan on streaming. This is going to be another one of those streams where I'm going to have to edit a lot out in the backup recording. But will I have time to do that anytime soon?
Oh? Hey, you're all back! And it looks like you're in much better spirits than before. Hu Tao's a step ahead. She's already talking about printing a poetry anthology. She said she can't wait for everyone's final words because I'm itching to pull the trigger. By which I assume she meant she eagerly anticipates receiving everyone's freestyle poetry submissions to help her close the deal.
Oh, I forgot that. I forgot that's what we're doing.
Where have you all been? I've been waiting here forever.
Perhaps they lacked sufficient inspiration and wished to have an emergency communion with nature. And with any luck, I'll bet they heard some fine poetry along the way.
Code Death Bard! Does this mean that right from the start you...
Paimon, we promised.
Oh, right from the start, you said you would treat us to a nice meal.
Nice one, Paimon.
Huh? Did I?
I think this is worth a meal.
Very well. Since the traveler agrees, then it looks like I can't escape this time. Diona, dear Diona, could I trouble you to fix us a couple of your delicious beverages?
You wish. All right. Well, normally I'd never agree, but since I happen to be in a good mood today...
Huh? So, just what have you guys been up to all this time? Why does it feel like there are some unspoken words hanging in the air here that everyone is privy to but myself?
Really? Must be the breeze. You're reading way too much into it.
Yeah, that's right. We're just, taking a walk. Inspiration walk, since it worked so well last time.
God, I feel bad that Noelle wasn't here for this.
So even Mika's in on it? Chongyun, how about you tell me what happened on the sly? I've just remembered that I heard about a haunted house recently that you'll definitely want to check out. I'm willing to bet that even your pure Yang spirit won't be able to scare off these demons.
I appreciate the gesture, but no thanks. Not this time. And I'm starting to think that maybe this pure Yang spirit isn't such a bad thing after all.
Huh? What the? What's gotten into you? Okay, that confirms it. I call shenanigans. Something big definitely went down here.
Man, I'm starting to like Xingqiu a lot more now. Alright, it's time for some epilogues. There's gotta be somebody around here I can talk to still, right? Xiao up on the mountain? No? No, I don't see him. Well, this was a lot of fun. It was very interesting. It tied into the lore. I got to see some characters that I don't normally get to see all that often in events. And then a few characters that I've seen a lot too much in events recently on top of that. But beyond that, this was a fun experience. It would have been made better if you didn't have so many technical difficulties there towards the end. But hopefully, we don't have this problem in the future. Next time we do Genshin Impact, we are going to probably do the Risley character story quest, since that's now out. And I'll see you then. But in the meantime, tune into some of my Lost Branch streams. Those are fun. And I don't really ask people to sub to the channel all that often, so I won't do that here. But moving forward, I might have to start asking, because times are tough, and I hope that I can make it through these tough times. If things don't change in the near future, streams might end, and my situation might not be so good in the near future. I'm going to still try to keep streaming in the regular, but until next time, I will see you in the next stream. Bye-bye.